Well done, people. It's your boy, Yardman 9, Airsoft Special Ops Tv, whatever you want, else got call me. Welcome to another video. Y'all best love me, you know. It is 2:51 in the morning. How am I doing this video? Please explain to me, big man. How am I doing this video? Well, we're doing this video. So I haven't done one of these videos on the channel for a second. Let me get myself comfortable. If the angle's off or you guys don't like the angle or rare, you know YouTube, shout me, let me know. Don't moan in the comments and rare, just shout me. You know how it gets. The query info is in the email. Or just holler me on the query thing, you know what I'm saying? We'll be looking for new feedback and all these things. We be loving the feedback we're getting about Marvin's content, so big you guys up for that. But I don't want to make this video. Let me turn that down before YouTube try come tell me copyright. It's nice to have music playing when you're doing these kind of things. But yeah, like this one was heavily requested. I thought I would do it, seeing as man like Henny Bear has joined. We converted him, bruv. If you know, then you know. If you're part of the clan, you know. We finally converted Mr. Henny Bear to jump on the bandwagon, bruv. If you guys know, I'm like the high kappa guy, bro. I just love high kappas. But anyways, this is a 5.1 high kappa from the company Tokyo Marui. To be fair, I had one of these. I did bits and bobs on the channel about it. If you ain't seen it, go back and have a look. It's the one that looks exactly like this. Is the 5.1 edition. It's got like the black and white marble thing going on. It looks really wicked. It was a good gun. I still till this day miss it at moments, but then I'm reminded about that plastic slide, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm glad it went. So you'll notice I'm throwing bear shade throughout the video. If you're watching this Henny Bear, do not listen to me fully. Listen to me about some things, but don't listen to me fully, because I'm kind of biased, innit? I'm just a Vosk man, bruv. Anyone who knows me knows, like, Vosk. Can I just make a key point? Like, I'm doing a TM video, bro, and I'm still bigging you man up, bro. Like, what the hell? You motherfuckers should be sponsoring me. Like, come on, man. But yeah, anyone who's around me, they know I love a Vosk pistol. There's a lot of comments, and a lot of people have opinions, but they come up against my gun and they can't beat me, so make it make sense, innit? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's get back to it. So I kind of wanted to just do an unboxing video of a TM51 for those of you who are thinking of joining the platform and don't really want to do the finicky ins and outs that I've had to go through with the Vosk platform to get it exactly how I want it. Most people, 90% of the market that I see of people running TMs is this fucking gun. It might not be the same model because they do a few different versions. I think they do a 3.8 version and they do a 4.3 version. I'm due to maybe have a look at them myself, because anyone who knows, I'm a 4.3 and a 3.8 version, man. Like 5.1s are nice, but I just feel like for them quick peaking situations when you want to be sliding around corners, like the 5.1 takes that bit longer to get round because it's got the longer barrel, whereas with a 4.3 or 3.8 version, we're so short, it's like it's tucked up by your body. Soon as there's clearance, wood off, you can let them have it. So I am a bit biased with that size. However, I think for 5.1, and specifically for Henny Bear, this was the better of the two. And I know some people are going to be watching this video like, why for that? Why is my man calling Henny Bear? Blood, if you got a problem, come see me about it, bro. That's my guy, bro, and that's what his name is, bro. So that's what man's calling him. You feel me? If it's a why for you, then clearly you're not emotionally mature to be on this video, so skip on. You feel me? This channel's for good vibes and good vibes only. But yeah, so let's get into it. So straight off the top, y'all know I love to talk about packaging. I won't say, like, again, I'm trying my hardest not to be biased here, innit? I personally got this box and I was excited more about the box that it came in, which was just a brown box, you know, but it was the size of the box. I was like, Ross Clark, why is the box so big, and rather than this actual box. And that, I know it's biased. I know it's biased what I'm saying, because it's a clean box, it looks nice, it showcases the guns, it has all the artwork and whereas like some people will be like, oh, you'd be bigging up Vosk, but it's just a box in it with words on it. So how are you? But for me, like, all this here don't excite me. for some players, and for man like Henny, it probably will, bruv. You know what I'm saying? This is his kind of thing. But for me, I'm just like, I don't really care about that. Like, tell me who made it, tell me what's in the box, tell me the color pattern. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm a simple man. My thing is more about the packaging itself as opposed to what's printed on the box. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's just me, and I'm a designer myself. But I appreciate this. I can appreciate this. This looks cool. You know what I'm saying? It gets you excited for the theme. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not an idiot. I can see where I go on. It's a good box. This is the government model, so for y'all that want to be doing all this training or mil sims, or you want to stick to the format, bruv, you do want to go for this model. It's got the little golden sticker for the awards that they've won and all that thing, good stuff. But for me, like, you see why I'm not excited? Maybe I can explain it briefly, because you're probably good. I know I'm gonna get commenters like, oh, he's spending 10 minutes to talk about box. I don't care, bruv. I like airsoft, and anyone who knows me, I'm an airsoft addict. So the littlest things I'll talk about, bruv, the size of the clip and rare, I just like these things, innit? So judge me if you want to, men are business. But for me, it just, like, because I've been a gun fanatic basically my whole life, innit? I remember when, like, I used to be younger and my grandma used to take me to Blackpool, yeah? And used to get, like, these Chinese model styles guns of pistols. And we used to be excited to try and buy them when grandma's not looking, because my grandma weren't on the gun thing, innit? She proper weren't on the gun thing. And it was like you'd get something that has great packaging and the gun's trash on the inside, or something that comes, like, very plasticky, like, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm saying, because you're probably watching this video thinking, what's this guy talking about? But because I'm here with the box, I'm just like, bro, I can see he's printing that's saving Tokyo Marie's box right now. If they eradicated the printing, there is no way that somebody would say a Tokyo Marie box is better looking from the outside than a Voss box. I'm telling you, every time I see a Voss box, it's almost like I get a hard one, bro. YouTube don't block me in it, because I'm not trying to be weird about it, but I'm just trying to show you guys that it's like, it excites me, and I can't even see the gun on the box. But I think maybe that's part of the excitement, because I cannot see what the gun looks like, so I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, they've done well. I'm not knocking it. It's just, it's very plasticky. It just reminds me of, like I said, them Blackpool, all of them Brighton type style guns. It's like, it's very plasticky. It just reminds you of that China thing, but it is a Chinese gun, so I understand why it's like that. But let me keep it moving, and you'll see what I'm saying. Do you get what I'm saying? Just some cardboardy thing, bro. Like, if you never had a gun box or a pistol box or whatever, you'd kind of be stressed, bro. It looks the part on the inside, innit? I'm gonna flip this over in a second, show you. It's a different experience on the inside. However, man can't carry this to games more than 6-7 times, unless you're one of them bougie motherfuckers who's like, oh, my gun must be rested at this angle. Like, unless you're one of them motherfuckers, like, realistically, bro, like, this isn't gonna last very long. Especially, y'all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes there's mud, sometimes there's, come on, bro, what is this? What is this? Anyways, let me keep it moving. I am taking too long on the box. So straight out the box, you get, let me spin it a little bit. You get your manual. I ain't even gonna go into all of that. Henny Bear can enjoy that when he does it. If you guys see my video on the, I think I've done a 4.5 version, that from TM, just look at that video, bruv. It's the same exact things. I'm sure the parts in there and the pictures are generic. They haven't changed it to the pistol. If I'm wrong, y'all can comment. But like I said, for me, it's just the print. I'm telling. But anyways, because I know I sound biased, but I'll show you why I'm biased. I spent a lot of money on Tokyo Maru products, and I've never experienced a product that I've opened and I'm like, oh, you have blown me away. I'm always like, oh, I wish I didn't buy that. But like, maybe not straight away, but within the first, like, hour, I'm like, I wish I didn't buy that. And I buy cheap guns sometimes, you know, so how am I not getting that with those cheap? But I can explain why. That's another video. So if y'all want to see that video, comment in the comments, and, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep it moving. It looks clean. If you were new to the field, or even if you were like a regular player, you got this, you'd semi be excited. But for me, this is just, I know you're just trying to excite me. I'm one of them real reviewers, innit? So I'm trying to show you guys that, bro, man ain't excited about this, bro. You best make sure that the manual pictures match if you're gonna showcase this kind of glossy gun picture on the front. And I'll show you another thing. For me, it's a bit lazy, and I'll show you why I say this is lazy. You use the same picture that's on the box. Can I not get the gun from a different angle? Maybe a player using it? Can I? You know what I'm saying? Be creative, my nigga. But especially when you're charging me 150, 160s on the gun. Come on, bruh. Be a bit creative. And if you're not gonna be creative, be like Voss, can at least just let me be excited, cause I can't see what's in the box. But anyways, cool. I know some man gonna be watching this video like he's bugging, but bro, that's my opinion, G. If you want, go watch every other Tokyo Marie video. review, because these niggas be, you know what I'm saying, kissing ass in these videos, and bro, I'm not getting paid to do this, G. I'm showcasing the real talk thing. Like me and Henny Bear, we put together and we made this happen. So for me, I'm gonna give it a real opinion, bro. If I bought this gun myself, I'm showing you what I experienced when I bust the box. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like this little cardboardy thing, because again, it just builds that experience. Ah, yeah, boom, high Capa 5.1 government edition, Tokyo Marie, rare. So I like all of that, but again, it's just cardboardy. And don't get me wrong, I know some people are gonna say, oh, the Vosk box is cardboardy, but I'll show you something. Underneath the cardboard, they've got like this thing, but it's kind of like attached to it. So it's like you don't even realize the cardboard is just this thin ass cardboard until maybe like 10 games down the road, when the box starts breaking apart and this starts, then you can be like, oh yeah, it's just cardboard. And that's by then you're like, I like the sport, or I don't like the sport, I'm gonna buy a case. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be biased, and it's decent. Then they give you a few goodies on this side. This is basically a magazine catch, which I'll show you briefly. Let's talk about what's in the box. So yeah, they give you a few goodies, which is a magazine catch and some BBs. I never really shoot these through my guns. I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't care what brand of company the gun's from. Don't put this through your gun. Because, like, just think about it. If I'm selling 100,000 guns, am I gonna sell them with the most expensive BBs? I'm probably not, in it. I'm trying to make this cost effective as a business. So I always just leave these in a box to be cute. You know what I'm saying? Because if I ever need to sell the gun in the future, I can be like, it's got all this original stuff. It's just a selling point. It's like antique shit. You like it to be original. And even these catches, I tend to not use them in these things. I'm not gonna lie to you. I tend to leave them. Like I said, if I ever am gonna sell the gun, I will buy one myself, bro. The catches cost like 3-4 quid, bro. I'll buy 10 of them. Boom, I'm good for however long I use the gun for. But it's handy to have, because like I said, new players might not know how to look for these things, because sometimes it's very hard to know what to type in, and trust me, I've been there. Even as a tech, sometimes I still go through this. I have to be like, Google, can you tell me what this part is? And then Google's like, boom, 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 and I'm like, oh, luckily Google exists. Okay, so next you get this other thing, which is basically like a rail. Says hop up on it. It's basically a rail. What they do is they allow you to switch out the rail system. So if you can see on the pistol right now, it's basically shady. It's just straight, flat back, yeah, lot. You know what I'm saying? Whereas what they do is they allow you to attach a rail system to it, which basically just allows you to put flashlights, grips, If you go and look at my old video on my version of this, I had mine on there, and you see I was running grips and all these things. It's your choice. I'm gonna probably install this for Henny Bear, because I just feel like this is something he's gonna want, an option of it. And because he's gonna eventually put this gun in a kit, it might be wise for him to have that, because the kit, should I say requires it? It's not that it requires it, but it's handy to have it when this gun's inside the kit, because you need the kit and the gun to be able to attach to each other. So when you have a rail that's attached inside the rail system inside the kit, you see it's almost like every time you throw the gun itself about, because you're holding the grip, the kit moves with it because they're one. Whereas if they're separate, every time you throw the gun about, there's like a inch movement and then it happens, which anyone who plays hardcore gameplay, you know those little things matter. Inside there you also get, it looks like a screw set. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not 110% sure what the screw set's for. I'm believing it's for this system here, because there's only one bolt in there on the rail system for this the standard rail, if that makes sense. So the system that's on there now, that's flat, there's only one screw that holds that in, whereas this system here, it takes 3. So I'm guessing they're giving you the 2 screws and that little pin to hold this system in. Next, I'm trying to not make this video too long. Obviously you get a magazine, if it will come out. I believe it's a standard 32 round. It's either 28 or 32 rounds, or 32 rounds. Am I bugging? No, that's because there's one in the chamber. Yeah, so with high Capa, I've seen so many different models. I've seen 30 rounds, I've seen 31 rounds, I've seen 32 rounds, which is basically one in the chamber. I've seen 20 rounds, and I think I've seen 28 rounds, which is so weird, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Because even a 20 round, but I think that's for a 3.8 pistol. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to lie to you. I'm going to say a 30 round mag because I know TM is known for the higher capacity standard gas mag. So I'm gonna say 30 just to be fair to them. Do you get what I'm saying? Mag feels nice, looks nice. Standard weight, it is the heavier style mag. It's not the newer style lightweight systems that most of these new companies be coming out with. But you have to remember that this is an edition that probably came out 5 years ago. So this would have been the top office rate when it came out. Even now, this probably will hold up its own because this does look better than most the mags that I'm seeing now. I'm telling you. Yeah, so I'm not going to be biased. Like, their mag is good. And one thing I always like about TM, they put this restricted 15822 for export to rare, law enforcement only, Tokyo Marine, made in Japan. So it's Japan, sorry, not Chinese. I know some people are going to take offense. Don't judge me for that. I'm a Jamaican, bruv. We don't know the difference. We're trying to learn. Let me educate myself. Give me some time. It's not currently loaded with gas, so I'm not going to shoot test this with this mag today. But what I would do is, as me and Henny Bear use the gun, I will feedback. Because obviously some people might be like, oh, what's the update? What's the 6 month update? And even him, I will probably ask him to do a little review for the channel where he speaks on his experience with the pistol start to where he currently is. But yeah, thumbs up. They've got a thumbs up for me on the mag system. That's one thing I will say, because I've used quite a few of their mags and it's very rare that I've had complaints. The only thing I would say is, if you're like me and you have other brand guns, their mags are not likely to work in those guns, especially Vosk, and vice versa. Vosk won't work in that, but TM will work in some brands. That's what I will say, because I think it was a KCS or something like that, and that TM mag used to love that gun. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's hit and miss. Anything with Novorich style, even Novorich really like TM mags, so that's another one. There's a few of them. I'm not gonna make the video about that. So you get a mag in there. Try and just keep mags to the brand of the gun. That's the simplest fix. I found this especially with Vosk. Like, for example, I've got a CO2 mag here. This thing works amazing in a Vosk gun, but when you put in TM guns, it works good, but it starts to do things like, I don't know if you can see. If you look at my rubber in the middle, my sill rubber, it's fat. It's very fat. It's much fatter than it should be, and there's a rip in it. That's because of TM style guns. So yeah, don't be like me, because even me now, I currently need two. I need one for my HP adapter and I need one for this mag. But let's keep moving. Oh yeah, and do you know what, let me just do a quick comparison for y'all so you can see the differences. Obviously this is a CO2 mag, but that's a Vosk mag. Height difference, yeah, it probably is a 30 rounder, because this is a 28 rounder mag, and I can already see the slight size difference. It's almost like this mag is taller. Probably should have had them both loaded or both empty, but I said go. And then, like I said, the writing on the back, that's one thing I really like. Even the fact that it says law enforcement, it's wicked. When you go places and people see your gun, it's something they always talk about. They're like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, it's a police pepper. It's a talking point for the field. Okay, so let's keep this ball rolling. So you get a mag in there, and then you get this tool, this metal tool. I'm not 100% sure what that's for. I believe that might be for knocking out things like your pins. I might be wrong, because it does look a bit flimsy, so I'm not sure. Somebody can let me know. And then you have an unjamming tool, which is so useful for clearing your barrel, cleaning your barrel, and just dealing with overall damages inside your barrel. Anything barrel based, basically. And then you have this cutie right here, which is the Capa 5.1 government edition from Tokyo Marine. You have the writing on the side. It's, to be honest, yeah, straight out of the box, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I'm biased to this pistol. I just think the pistol's way too light. It's like you're just running air. Pistols are light anyway. Give me some realism. However, they've done a very good job on the gun. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Whether you're a new player that picks this up or whether you're an advanced player, you're gonna be able to appreciate even the stock version of this gun. So I always say to anyone, when you buy this gun, use it stock for a little bit. Get to grips with it, because then by the time you start doing upgrade work, you can see if the upgrade work is useful or not. And I say that just to say this: most of the videos I watched about this gun before I bought this gun was negative, because everybody was like, I should have just left it stock, because they've done upgrades that they feel like have declined the performance of the gun. When I had this gun, and this is not me bragging up my channel or anything to do with me, this is just something I found. If you guys watch the channel and even watch the gameplay from that time period, because I filmed quite a few games, especially the private games that are like heavy hardcore, heavy gameplay, I played a lot with the gun and I performed very well with the gun. Got a lot of kills, got a lot of good feedback from people. One thing I would say is it's a great gun for gaming hardcore, so the light thing isn't a bad thing. The only reason why I asked for a heavier style gun is I want more realism, because the slide is moving so quick, it kind of simulates a fake version of gameplay. Whereas when I use the Voss, because the recoil is so heavy, I have to correct my hand to get the shot right, and I feel like what that does is it creates a better player and a better shooter, and somebody who's more aware during during the gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Whereas this makes lazy players. That's the one thing I found. Every time I gave it to, like, I'm not going to name the players, but every time I gave it to specific players, they would relax and get comfortable, and it was because the gun was doing all the hard work. Whereas with a Voss gun, I feel like it's a balance of the two. You have to be a good player, but the gun does quite a lot of the work for you. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm biased with it. The weight of the gun is nice, because obviously you got that plastic slide. Obviously your return is going to be a bit quicker than, say, something like my one. I'll show you briefly. My return is still pretty quick, but I have an upgraded recoil spring, so that was always going to be the case. So it's not, you to the naked eye, you're not going to really realize that, but you can, for me, I can see the variance. The return is straight away, and it's just where the slide is so light, that return, especially on HP, it's literally going to be like damn, 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 damn. The trigger, let me test your trigger. Straight out box, it's nice. You don't have to upgrade it. I didn't upgrade mine when that's a lie. I ran mine for a little while and then I upgraded it. When I did the upgrade, I didn't feel like the upgrade was beneficial enough that it was justified. So take from that what you feel. And I had a next speed trigger. That's an expensive trigger, bruv. So yeah, like, I didn't feel like it was worth it. This trigger does the job. Yeah, clean, nice and clean. And I'll show you the travel. It's very clean, I'm not gonna lie. On upgraded triggers, they give you the adjustment. This one is just stock, so there is no adjustment system on there, which I don't think you need, because I'm saying, whoever built this, yeah, that trigger is a clean trigger pull. I'm not gonna lie, it's clean. Like, even me as a intensive guy, when it comes to the high Capa thing, I like that trigger. That trigger's nice. And it's stock. It looks very plasticky, but it does the job. It doesn't feel cheap. It's not wobbling to the side too much. Like, it's nice. The lower is part metal, so there's this system in the middle that's metal, and then you have the plastic polymer bit down here, which I feel like kind of works. It's comfortable, it feels nice in the hand, it gives you a mixture of strength and lightness, durability and speed. Yeah, what else can I say? Aim sight is nice. You've got like a white dot on the front system, and then you've got like these two aim sights that sit in between that white front. So I feel like whether it's night, daytime, light, dark, you're kind of all right as long as you can see that white front. If you're in complete darkness, yeah, you might be in issues, because it's not a fiber optic where anytime lights shine, you can that illuminates. It's literally just a white dot that sits on a black plate, which is, like I said, if you're a daytime player, you're gonna have a baller for time. As it gets darker throughout the evening, you might have to be guest shooting. And one thing I will say about this gun is, I've used this gun in day and night time. Even when you're guest shooting, it's pretty accurate, bro, especially if you put the work in, do the little basic things like bucking changes, barrel changes, bro. You got a wicked gun, especially if you upgrade that nozzle spring. So those are things I'll be doing for Henny Bear, just so he's got a very cool gun. Let's try it with the mag, because those are things that we normally talk about in a review. Lovely weight, straight away, like that light thing I was talking about with the mag in it. Yeah, lovely balance. It removes that. I still feel like the gun is very light, because, for example, say I chuck my mag in my Voss, my guns are safe, don't worry, my guns stay on safe, even though there's one in the chamber, and I've got an empty chamber cap it, so it will hit that before it hits anything. I still prefer the weight of this gun, because I've got that metal slide and then everything else is balanced, and I've got this lower. Yeah, for me it will always be the Vosk, but I know I am biased to that, so I'm open to entertain it. But like I said, for the average guy, for anyone, I feel like when you're building an all-round pistol, you're gonna have people like me who are just like, oh, I'm not happy about this, oh, I'm not happy about that. And I'm happy as the person that has that viewpoint to say it's a good gun. It's a really good gun. You know what I'm saying? It feels nice in the hand. I feel like no matter who was to take this out of the box, they would still be like, yeah, it's a bloody good pistol. Might not be a bit of me gaze, but it's bloody good pistol. You know what I'm saying? And that's in the worst case scenario. The average guy is going to open this and be like excited for his next game. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it feels nice. Nice balance, aimability, feels easy to move. Very light with two hands. Even on a one-handed thing, it feels fairly easy to move. Yeah, man, I like it. Beaver tail feels really nice and snappy. Hammer, I love the silver thing going on, and it feels nice, clean cut. Clearance is nice and clean. Hammer doesn't feel too heavy when slapping, because that's one thing I would say I prefer on these guns compared to Vosk. When the hammer hits on Vosk, I like the heavy hit in terms of the recoil it gives me and the slam of the slide throwing. Love that. What I don't like is the hammer feels like it's hitting the back end of the gun so hard that sometimes on HPA you're worried, you're stopping and checking your gun, when realistically you don't want that in the back of your mind when you're playing. Whereas with this, one thing I will say is you see that hammer charge as well as that hammer delivery is so clean. That recoil is minimal at that back end, so you're more focusing on balancing the gun through the shots, and I'll show you what I mean. So throughout the shot, your hand will do movement as the gun recoils itself, whether it's just a slide moving forwards and backwards. Oh yeah, it also locks, so that's another cool function. When you're on empty, the gun does lock, so that's why that's like, well, let me take that out while I show you. So as you're shooting, essentially what's happening is that motion right there. Now throughout that process, there is nobody in life that I've met that can hold their hand 100% straight. Even me, there's the ever so slight movement every so often, right? So throughout them shots, what you're trying to do is keep that hand straight as possible, so that where you aim, your BB goes. And anyone who understands BB weights and fly patterns and wind and rare, sometimes you have to compensate a lot for that BB or that movement or that wind or the fact that that person is running or whatever it is. So that lack of hammer hitting back here is important, because that hammer hitting sometimes is what allows your hands to do that, which now you're sending your shot in a different trajectory. Sometimes also that hammer movement is what allows your hand to do things like this, which again is sending your shot on a different trajectory. Whereas if there's minimal recoil back here, it keeps your hand straight. So the only recoil you're really fighting with is this, that back and forward. And like I said, if you're a two-handed shooter like me, it's very easy to control that and maneuver that, and sometimes you use that to your benefit. So I like Tokyo Marui a lot for that functionality, because that's one thing I would say to Vosk or Nupro or just any of the other brands, Novorich, that's what you guys are missing. I had an SSP1 and an SSP2 on both those weapons. I'm telling you, every time I shot it, I was scared if my neighbors was scared. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It was one of them ones you shoot and you're like, oh, bloody hell, that's a bit loud. And it's because the hammer is just hitting so hard that, and I'd like Tokyo Marui proved it doesn't need to happen. Like, if you notice, the hammer doesn't have to slap that hard to deliver. You know what I'm saying? That same distance or that same power. So yeah, especially when you're on HPA, whereas I'll show you what I mean. If you look at my hammer right here, you can literally see my top end move forward when it hits, and you can even hear the difference. Like, I'll do it one more time for you guys. You can literally hear it. Woof! It's like it's throwing my hammer, and I love it. I've come to love it because it makes the realisticness of gameplay. It makes me a better shooter because I have to judge my recoil a bit better than the average guy, etc. But just look at the difference, bro. It's just don't get me wrong, the naked eye, because I'm watching this with myself and I'm like, they ain't gonna see it. Is the camera even showcasing this? But I can just see it's just not as hard. Like, it's more gentle. like even the hammer, I don't feel like my hammer's gonna be dented after 1,000 shots. Whereas if I show you my high Capa's hammer, my high Capa's hammer is definitely dented, but because it's a hardcore hammer, it lasts and just keeps on going. But yeah, so I'm not gonna focus too long there, but it's just clean. I just feel like it's one of the cleanest hammer systems, if not the cleanest hammer system I have seen on a high Capa. So well done, Tokyo Maru, for that. I like this little silver barrel thing to match with the silver hammer. I love the fact that the pistol is very like matte, blacky. It just gives that vibe of that government edition feel. Like I said, I love the little texturized thing going on here. Mag release is very smooth. Very smooth. As soon as you touch it, slam that, you're back in. Slam that back in. And another thing people asked a lot about was my high Capa obviously has a magwell. Do you know what I'm saying? This thing right here. And people often ask me like, why did you rear it? And I'll show you why. In between reloads, it's so secure. Whereas I found with the Vosk, I don't know if it's just me being biased to Vosk. With the Vosk, whenever I didn't have a magwell, I found it a bit more harder to line that up. Whereas right now, do you see, I cannot, like, I'll show you something. I'm gonna close my eyes and look how easy this is for me. And I'm ready to go. And my eyes were just closed. So, whereas, yeah, I just think it's something, yeah, it's just something I struggled with as a shooter. Maybe not something everybody struggles with. Whereas I feel like, again, Tokyo Marie have just achieved it straight off the back. Try and do this with my eyes closed. Yeah, just I'm saying it's not too bad at all. Like, one more time with my eyes closed. 3, 2, 1. Oh, now I open my eyes midway through. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, one more time. 3, 2, 1. Because it's like, even with my eyes closed, once you make it to this, I'm gonna do it with my eyes closed and explain. Once you make it to this small finger, you're literally just like lining up. So you're using that small finger as like a guidance. Okay, it's there. I'm in. Once you've made it to that, yeah, do you see? You've made it to that area. Once you've made it to that small finger area, because you can use the small finger as like a guidance. So, did you see? Once you made it to that small finger, it's literally just, okay, line back up. Oh, you dropped that. So, yeah. I'm not going to sit here and go on more and more and more because, to be honest, the only thing I haven't really spoke about is the polystyrene box, and in all honesty there isn't much to say about it. It's a polystyrene box, some more paperwork in the bottom, but I'm gonna leave this video and say like I'm happy with it. I feel like as a buyer, especially for the price we bought it for, we got it at a steal price. So well done to our guys who got that for us. I'm not gonna throw no names, nobody's paying me for promo or giving me discounts, so if y'all want promo, throw your discounts and give us some free stuff, man. We'd love that. I'd love to do some giveaways this year, especially towards Christmas. That would be awesome. If there's anything you all want to know about this pistol, let me know. But at this stage, where I'm prepping this pistol for spray, I don't know if I'm allowed to call it that. Yeah, where I'm prepping this pistol to get prepared for, does it make sense what I'm saying? Yeah. When I'm prepping this pistol to be customized, that's the one. For me, all I'm really trying to do with this gun from here on, and do you know what? Let me recoil shoot this gun quickly so we can get an answer. Yeah, let me use this quickly. Let's see. So, one almost in the chamber. I have protective gloves on, or glasses on. I can feel I'm gonna have to grease that slide because that slide could be a bit more slidey. But the one thing do you know what? Do you see? Probably wise. I did do that before I shut the video off. So the gun's all safe. Yeah, like you can see, I can't shoot it. With these plastic slides, you have to keep them a lot more greased than say a Vosk slide, which is alloy if I'm correct, and the metal slides and stuff like that. This is just something I found. It's like they absorb the oil. So just every game, grease it. Don't take it out for a game day without greasing that slide, or else you are going to find functionality issues, and it's actually your fault, not the gun's fault, because it's plastic. Yeah, let me do a recoil test and see how accurate it is. I'm shooting at the target maybe about 7 to 10 meters away from me. I like the little travel on the trigger as well. It's like you can test the shot before you can test your trigger before you take the shot. I think that's always nice to have on a high capper, because sometimes you're lining somebody up, and with other guns you follow through on that trigger, and now you've let them know where you are before you actually wanted to take the shot. So I do like that. I'll show you what I mean. There's like a little travel on the trigger before it goes off. I really like that. I think that's really cool. That's a cool function. I've had to add that to my Vosk. Vosk have it, but it's not as, that's tuned very well. There you are, and that's what you don't want to do. So don't be like me, people. But luckily, like I said, I'm in protective glasses, being the first thing, and secondly, I'm surrounded by targets all around my room, so I haven't done any true damage. I literally just shot into my wardrobe, which probably weren't the smartest thing to do, because now I've got a hole in my wardrobe. But it's alright. It's like I said, my room is literally protected with like what's it called, foam, so it's good. It just banged a bit because it hit cardboard. I'll have to check my wardrobe a bit later. But yeah, let me do a recoil test. Let me shoot at this thing 5 meters away, and I will give you a rundown. And like I said, for me, let me actually flick that on safe just to be safe, because I don't want you guys to do what I just did. And it's good that it happened as well, because it shows you most well, one of the most experienced people in this thing. Do you see, you can make mistakes, so I'm not even going to cut this. I'm going to show you guys, we all make mistakes. This is why safety is important. Wear the right protective gear, because I'll show you I'm actually in protective glasses, and though I'm not in gloves, like I said, my room is literally surrounded with foam and stuff like that, so I haven't done any real damage. Like I said, the most I've done is probably shot a little BB into my wardrobe back end. One thing I'll be looking at before I do any upgrades to this, just to make sure that the upgrades I want to do is the right thing, is looking at performance. So tomorrow I'll probably load this up with some 2s and do a test on how it runs 2s, but I'll grease that slide before I do so. I'll also grease the mag before I do so. Yeah, so I'll run some 2s, and then if I can see that the hop likes heavier weights, I will keep going up until I see the hop fall off and just can't hack it, because I have an idea of what I want to do to this. But you want to test things, make sure your beaver tail's fine before you don't change anything. Your safety's fine, just leave it. You don't always have to change things like that straight out the box. You know what I'm saying? Things like the catch, I changed mine very quick. I really didn't need to. Barrels, I always say to somebody, change a bucking before you change a barrel, because you might change a barrel and realistically you just needed a better bucking. So always change the bucking first. If you find that you're not happy with the tightness of the placement of your shots, then we move on to a barrel. And then another thing I always advise is the nozzle spring at the top, because their ones are good, they're really good, I'm not gonna lie, and plus it's a really light slide. But if you have something like a 150 or 180 or even a 200, yeah, imagine if you've got something assisting all this fast movement from your slide. It's allowing, what that does is it now allows your nozzle to move like how your slide is moving, which is really cool, because now everything in your gun is keeping up with the performance. Does that make sense? Which is something that I saw as a problem as I used the gun on HPA. So yeah, just to be clear, what I'll be doing for Henny Bear, probably a barrel change, probably a bucking change, probably a nozzle change. But like I said, this is all due down to testing. I've got to just see how things go through. All right, let me just do those last few tests, give you feedback, and we're done here. I'm so sorry, neighbors, because I know it's 3 o'clock. Oh, yeah. I'm never going to do that again. Because it's a CO2 mag, it is going to be really loud, and I don't want to piss off my neighbors. So, and it is 3 o'clock, so I shouldn't even be shooting at this time. So thank you, neighbors, for not calling the police. Because that CO2 mag is kicking like a donkey. Literally kicking. But I have to also remember my room is very warm, so that does adjust the performance of CO2 and HPA and all these things. Heat makes a difference. So what I'm going to say at this stage is, if you guys want to see a part 2 to this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a comment, and I will do a follow-up on this video. But at this stage, I just have to put this down to testing tomorrow. I need to run some 2s through it, see how that does, run a heavier weight, see how that does, and then I can start prepping this for custom work. And like I said, the only thing I'd probably stock do to it is probably just put this on there, because I feel like that would just look so much better. Alright, deuces until the next one, people.
Church and all of that. We saying part 20, the finale. Imagine, live sessions is done for me. It's crazy. I remember when we recorded part 1, 2 and 3. Remember when we shot the first couple of videos. It's crazy. God is great, eh? Here but I'm gone, guess we rarely speaking. Big Zubber and brown juice, the beat kicks in. Reminisce about old days, the barrel spin. Now I pour out my pain just to see win-win. Pray for them, the next gens, they sin. Go so hard in this thing and have no next of kin. It's so sad in this life, what we do to win. They just lined up a upper, ain't no shape up thing, survival of the fittest. No one showing pity, reporting from a first hand view. I love my city, 12 loco, be circulating. If you slip then they're escalating. Watch your team close, yeah they're penetrating. More time the ones that phony be hesitating. Forever shaking, you a foe if I ain't mistaken. Stayed so loyal to the cause when my back was breaking. Hand on heart, looked me in my eyes but you was faking. Heart was breaking, I was trying to heal cause I was aching. I tell them chase your dreams, build this music, it's a faith thing.